by nature, because I believe that if you go out in the nature, there are so many lovely colors which can really inspire you. And I hope you can agree with me when I said that study nature, love nature, stay close to nature, it will never fail you. And I think the colors out in the nature, they are never wrong. Nobody can walk over to a tree and look at the green leaf and say that, that's ugly. It's never ugly. Nature is always beautiful. Even if you're here in lovely Kuala Lumpur, if you go to the rainforest, if you go to Middle East, if you go to Norway, and lots of people these days actually go out in the nature to have this lovely experience, like this guy. Wow, look at him. He's not a young guy, but he goes surfing, and that is what's happening these days. That it's not only the young generation we look at the grown-up generation, because these days the grown-up generation are so cool. Look at this lovely lady. She's 106 years old. Look at her. On the front cover of Vogue. Wow, I really admire that lady. And this is what we also look at these days. But back to colors. I wish instead of Lonely Planet, it said Jotun Travel by Color. Because that is what Jotun do. We have offices all around the world. Altogether, we are nearly 11,000 people working for Jotun. So you find us in more than 100 countries. So we go to lots of places like this. So I wish Jotun Travel by Color. I'm sure you are curious when it comes to artificial intelligence. Are you? Yes, you are. Yeah. Like me, I'm curious when it comes to everything. So what did I do the other day? I was sitting on my computer and I put in words like nature, color wheel, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Scandinavia, and I pressed the button, and that is exactly what appeared on my screen. And this tells me a lot how creative the artificial intelligence actually is. But I am a little bit scared of artificial intelligence, because especially for you guys who are creative people, don't use it too much, because I'm so afraid that you should lose your own creativity. Because we really need those people who really are able to create beautiful things for us. Because after all, artificial intelligence is only they only use the things we have put into the computer or to this whole thing earlier on. So I mean, don't use it too much, but I was quite impressed when I look at the ordinary color wheel. And the reason why I show you the color wheel today is that when we create color, we very often use the color wheel to see what kind of colors which really goes beautifully together. If you want to do it exactly right due to color theory. But you don't need to use the color theory either. I'm sure you know exactly how to combine color. And we say that you don't need to know that much about color to know what you like. Is it easy to see on you? Because some people like to wake up in a gray bedroom. Oh, boring. That's so boring. Some people like to wake up in a blue bedroom, the lovely true blue bedroom. Very many people around the world love to wake up in a green bedroom like this. So, you don't need to know a lot about colors to know what you like. You can easily see which bedroom you actually like to sleep in. So if you talk about colors again, some people always wear gray, always wear black. I mean, she's such a stunning beauty. I mean, she can wear whatever she wants. But I mean, if she appears in a suit like this, everybody will see her. And the reason why, I tell you, well, I'm going to tell you a bit later, because it's actually our brain who tells us that we get more energized when we see colors like red, orange, and yellow. And also look at these kind of buildings, because when we walk around in a city, very often we look at these gray and black and grayish and beige buildings. And it's so depressing. It's so extremely depressing. This is the Radio Hotel and Tower in New York, and there was a really creative designer who said that, let me put some color on this building, and he did. And something actually just happens to the surroundings where this hotel is. You really feel like singing, dancing, and you really feel great when you see things like that. And what is the reason? It's the brain. In our brain, we do have something called virtual cortex, which is behind here. This is the part of our brain which picture this lovely green lady here. And I will always remember that due to my virtual cortex. But I do have something on the back side of my eyes, which is called hypothalamus. And hypothalamus is the part of the brain who controls your energy level, your sleeping pattern, your sexuality, if you have any. But I mean, because this part of our brain is actually very sensitive to lights. And color is nothing else than lights. Red, yellow, and orange colors do have long light waves, which gives you lots of energy. Violet, blue have short and gives you more calmness and so on. And this is, I mean, I mean, it's, if you really study this part of our body, I mean, it's so interesting. This is why when people wearing these lovely kind of colors, we always look at the people wearing colors before we look at everybody who actually wears gray and black. Even if you should is beautiful in your black dress today. Well, first of all, Greenpeace, this green, lonely part of the world where you belong. Our very first theme is based on the colors we find here in Malaysia. In Malaysia, I do have a beautiful, beautiful colleague who belongs to my team. Her name is Natra, and she's the regional color manager. Yeah, you know her. Yeah, she's here someplace. There she is. Yeah, and she gives me all the information and inspiration from this part. And she came up with these lovely leaves, these green leaves with this yellow touch, and she also showed me this crazy guy. You know, before I met an animal like this, I've been looking on pictures and on movies and so on. I always think, oh, they are so sweet, they are so sweet. They are not. I mean, they are greedy, they try to steal things from you and so on. I don't like, yes I do, I like you. But I mean, she came up with these ideas, and I said, well, Natra, it's not only in Malaysia we do have green colors. You find it in Norway as well. Actually, you find it in Norway, and here you also see this yellowish green color, but also these bluish green colors. And if you travel to the Middle East, you'll find it there as well. So, I mean, we do have these green colors all over the world, and that is the first inspiration for this year's green colors, which I simply love. The very first color here is the color you can see. You can actually, if you later on walk over to this part of the exhibition, you can see like subtle green, you can find mindful green, and then also pistachio later on. And the way we put all these colors together in a room, the name of how we actually put the color together is named the monochromatic way of putting colors together, because we use the same green color in different nuances, no matter if they are cold or warm, but we use them all together like this. And here we have colors like subtle green, mindful green, pistachio. That's an Italian name, you know. His boss in Malaysia for Jotun, he is an Italian, and he said pistachio, Claudio, pistachio, yeah, and we mix it with whites. Look at the ceiling. Most of you guys have white ceilings. Oh. Oh. Waking up in the morning and all you see is a white ceiling. Look here, it's so much nicer. And if we talk about trends, which I actually don't like to talk about, because I mean, for me, trends is so 2015 in a way. But if we talk about new inspiring things, you should really look at your ceiling. But look at that ceiling now. See what happens if we are a little bit more daring. Then we put on the color Mexico. And all of a sudden, something else actually happens there. But I just want to talk a little bit more about the color pistachio. When we worked on that color, it wasn't easy to find a beautiful pistachio color who could actually cover a whole wall. So this exact color we have been working for many, many, many weeks. And these days, you'll see that all the Prada stores around the world, both outside and inside, even if it's fashion or if it's their cafes, are painted in the color pistachio. And I mean, some of you, like you for instance, you already have this lovely pistachio. I saw you right away. Because this pistachio fashion, we can see a logo. Even like, you know, the brand Italian Segna, he is into now pistachio for the summer of 2024. And it's really, really beautiful. It's so refreshing. I simply love that color. And please try it in a room as well and cover the whole room with pistachio. You will feel so well. You also have a version of that pistachio over there. It's so nice, the green one there. So if you want to mix a color, like if you have these like green colors, why not look at green, yellow color to go with the green? I saw, because I'm crazy about shoes, especially sneakers, and I know New Balance will launch in December shoes in these exact colors together. They are so nice, and you should look at New Balance. I mean, that it's actually a special edition, but I'm gonna buy it, and I really, really want them because they're so nice. And this green and yellow, if you look at the wall here, pistachio, fresh pistachio, together with this really fresh pasta. Those two colors together are also really nice. So what did we do then when we talk about the color circle? First of all, we had the green colors, which were the monochrome way of doing things, but we added on a neighbor. Yellow is the neighbor color of the green colors in the color circle. All of a sudden, neighboring colors. But you can add lots of colors into this green theme. You can add on the brand new healing lavender, which is already a big favorite amongst architects around the world. It's a really, really nice color. And this healing lavender, you can mix and match with neutrals, which makes it really, really elegant. You can also add on the deep soil, and please don't leave this room before you have looked at this color, because, oh, I mean, this is so nice. More or less similar to my outfit. But this is how it looks like when you look at it in the real life. And if you then again look at fashion, you can also see that lots of fashion for 2024 is in exactly that color. So, more or less, without knowing that the fashion industry comes up with these colors, also the industry does it. We don't talk that much to each other, but we actually are feeling in a way which way we are going these days. It's nice, it's nice, it's nice. It's crazy nice, actually. And let's travel to the Middle East. In the Middle East, we find these really warm, nice, brown, reddish colors. They're so nice. To just walk around in the desert, barefooted, touching this lovely sand noir. But you find those colors in Scandinavia as well. It's a little bit colder though. This morning it was -7 degrees back home. -7, can you imagine? But it looks like this. But you find the colors here at the Albani Sepang, which of course Natra provided me with, and she never invited me there. You should invite me there next time. 2 weeks, Natra, 2 weeks up there, yeah. Yeah, okay, 1 month, yeah, okay. But the biggest inspiration for this team comes from the Middle East. And of course, it's pictures like this which really inspires us. This is taken by our regional color manager in Middle East. Her name is Rana Kadra. And we are so much inspired by the art and everything which goes on there. But again, what happens if you look at fashion? In the fashion industry, they are also making these lovely, lovely colors these days. I mean, it's kind of coral, muted coral, light coral, and all these things go so nice together. I really look forward to next summer when I see clothes like this. I think it's so refreshing. I mean, waking up in the morning and know that you have an outfit like this to put on, woo, I could fly. I could really fly. But you could also add on another color. You could, for instance, add on one of the yellow colors in this color card. You can add it together with the color Mexico, which I showed you a little bit earlier. This really bright, no, it's not that bright, but it's quite exotic, I would say. Or you can use my favorite this year. And my favorite this year is this earthy yellow color. And I tell you, this will be one of our bestsellers the next year. It's so nice. It's so cool. It's so warm. It's so authentic. Everything is right with that color. You can use it all alone, or you can put Mexico at the ceiling like this. So then, we are talking about a monochrome way of color setting again. So, muted coral, earthy yellow, and Mexico, whoops! And your life will become so much better, I tell you. And then we have all these questions from the people around the world. Very often people call us, they send us messages about please come up with some new colors like in this direction or this direction. This year, or before this year, lots of architects ask us about pink. Please make a lovely new pink color. And I asked my team, this year we're going to talk about nature. How can we include pink in a nature theme? And they say, well, there are lots of pink flowers and things. I think flowers is nice, but I mean pink flowers is a bit boring. So, and then Natra said, have you never been to Komodo National Park, to the beach here in Indonesia? No, I haven't. Have you? Yes, I have. So Natra, she was driving for 3 hours, and all of a sudden she found this beach, and it's stunning nice. And I couldn't believe it when I saw the pictures. I thought it was actually artificial intelligence or somebody who had been putting on some artificial colors on this picture. But then, since I belong, like you, to the Google generation, I started to Google right away, pink beach, how comes? And then I read a story about these tiny, tiny microorganisms who lives in the water underneath the coral reefs. They are red. And when they die, and when they are crushed together with the coral reefs, the sand becomes pink. And then I said, wow, that is nature's own wonder. We're going to use that. And what did we do? We made the most beautiful commercial, I would say, but also, like I call it, a pink color, which you can also see over here, of course, which goes under the theme like neutral color. It's a very easy pink color to use on big surfaces. And here you see it. The name is Indie Pink. I'm going to tell you that because you will always remember this name when I tell you the story behind the name. I quite recently became a grandmother to a little beautiful girl, and her name is Indie. And that is the reason why this name is Indie Pink. So Indie Pink, you can use, of course, with the neutral colors like this soothing beige, or you can move into this coral, muted coral, as you can see there, and mix it together like soothing beige, muted coral, and Indie Pink. Then we have like monochromatic way of color setting, adding on and neutral. Or you can do it the way you like. You can actually forget everything about color theory, color rules. You can put pink together with Mexico and so on, and listen to Catherine Hepburn when she say, if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. And I agree, I really agree, because I think that kind of color combination is so nice. Okay, now we've been to this beautiful part of the world, Southeast Asia, with all these lush greeneries. And then we went on the plane, we went to the Middle East, to this warm, nice desert sand, and everything which is a little bit spicy. Now we are on the way to Scandinavia. And in Scandinavia, the light is a little bit colder. The weather is colder. Everything is a little bit colder. The people are also a little bit colder in Scandinavia than you find here. But they are all sitting on the telephone all the time. every one of them. Here you find these kind of forests. And you all know that, or perhaps not, but Scandinavian people are very known for their minimalism and the way they, in a very minimalistic way, put their homes together. So here we have a very typical Scandinavian home. We have started with soothing beige, our best-selling neutrals in the whole world. We added on mist, which is the divider of that wall, and then we made a brand new color, which is the Antwerp beige, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. This color I'm so proud of. But when you look at that picture, it's nice. It's really, really nice. But if we only had used those neutrals, it could have been extremely boring. So we decided to add on something more. We wanted it to glow a little bit, to be a little bit more modern. So we went for the earthy yellow in the other room. And inside those doors, you'll find the color Mexico. And all of a sudden, it's brand new. Neutral colors will have, by adding this, a new dimension, which is far more modern than only beige and neutral colors. But back to the Antwerp beige. When we make these color cards, we always pick one of the world's best stylists and photographers. We use a lot of money when we go out there and make our photo shoots. We are crazy about details. We are crazy about lights. We are crazy when it comes to styling. And this photographer who's been taking this picture is a Danish guy. His name is Anders Schönemann. And when he saw that color, he said, "This reminds me of Antwerp." And I thought, wow, the name is going to be Antwerp beige. So that's how we make our name. Our grandchildren and a photographer's creativity. But this color is actually the big brother of soothing beige, which is a stunning color. But Antwerp beige is a little bit darker, and promise me that you go over here and have a look at it behind these guys who are filming all the time. This is the Antwerp beige. It's so nice. When you mix it with soothing beige over there, and now comes the best of it, because here comes like rock sugar. And that's a brown color, which has a lot of yellow in it, which makes it very, I would say, quite bright. That table under the same exhibition there is painted in the rock sugar, but it's fulfilled when we add on the prettiest, I would say the prettiest and the best brown wall color ever made. We use 8 weeks to make this color. It's stunning crazy, because it doesn't touch the red part of the color circle. It stays on the yellow warm part, and look at it, it's over here. And when you add like rock sugar, Antwerp beige to this color, oh, it's so nice. It's kind of masculine, it's kind of sexy in a way, at least it's quite sensual. It's so nice when you add that. So I simply love that color. So by using that, you have this perfect color scheme. Soft brown, rock sugar, soothing beige. please use it for free. You will love it. But then, of course, we do have some gray colors because we know you guys love gray colors. And it's really nice, especially this comfort gray, because it's a warm gray color. And you can use it with another quite masculine color, which is the farm, the dark gray color, not too dark. You'll see it down there at the table, I mean at the samples. Yeah, you were pointing, that's exactly you standing there, yeah? So nice. So, look here. This is a very modern way of doing color these days. You use like brown color together with gray color. Oh, what did I do? I put like warm color together with cold color, because that's a cold one, that's a warm one, and I even added on a warm neutral and a cold neutral. So I mix and match and mix and match, and that makes it so exciting. Instead of only staying in the color scheme which is warm, or, oh, I would prefer cold, I can't have any warm color. We shouldn't say that, because mixing of these things makes it so extremely interesting. So look here, soft brown, whoop, together with soothing beige and the gray and fawn. This is really, really cool. It's so nice. So then the swatches will look exactly like that. Of course, since our color card is named Canvas, it's painted on canvas. Sheer gray, comfort gray, two gray colors, together with Antwerp beige, soothing beige, two beige colors, cold colors, warm colors, and then rock sugar and soft brown, which are warm. But then, if you are a little bit crazy what to do, then we add on an accent color. And this accent color is the color True Blue, and it's over in the corner there. And so many architects love this color these days. So inspired by the place I come from. Back in cold Norway. Back in this place called Lofoten up north in Norway. It's freezing cold. And we were so inspired when we started working on this color, this specific. And I'm not sure if you are like me, I'm sure you're not. But I can turn off Netflix anytime and just sit and watch something like that. Look at the wet paint. Wow, it's so nice. Something happens inside of me. I don't know what it is. Later on I'm going to tell you about the guy who's doing this. I was watching him as well. He was quite cool actually. He was quite cool. So we ended up with this blue bedroom together with some neutrals, as you can see there. Or you can only paint one of your furniture in this true blue or a wall. And again, when it goes to fashion, this extremely, I mean, really vibrant blue color we can see a lot of when it comes for the summer and autumn 2024. So of course we were inspired of fashion when we picked that color as well. And in Jotun, we don't only make colors for interior and exterior houses. We also work with architects when they produce their furnitures, when they produce steps, rails, lamps, and so on. And for that, we have something called powder coatings. And this is one collection we made together with some architects back in Norway when they opened a new Bart Munch museum like that. And it's so cool when we can imagine if you have like a wall in green, for instance, and in front of that you actually have some green chairs which actually match the wall perfectly. And don't forget the ceiling. Don't forget the ceiling. So true blue, classic white, and we needed then a light blue color. And what did we do then? We went to Denmark and we looked at the horizon out there, and we saw this lovely, lovely light blue, somehow a little bit grayish blue, and we thought, wow, that is the color we really want out there. So we picked a color which we made back in 1997, because that is what we in Jotun do. We have thousands of colors, old colors. We never throw them away because we are so proud of our colors. So every now and then we bring back some of the old colors to mix the new ones. So the new color here, which is not new at all, the name is Silver Moon, and Silver Moon is here combined with some of the neutrals. This is what most people love. When you look like this silver moon with the sheer gray and the mist, very light. Very like your outfit over there with this light blue. It's so nice, it's so refreshing, it's really, really nice. So then we've been to Southeast Asia, we've been to the Middle East, and we've been to Scandinavia, which was a little bit cold. I just want to show you a little movie, so hopefully you will remember some of the things I've been telling you about, and I really hope at least you like one of the colors. If you don't, please go and try to like one of the colors later on.
We may not think it, but every one of us